Hello and welcome to another edition of Mind the Gap. This is a weekly broadcast program on ConsumerHalla TV that helps draw attention to everyday avoidable gaps in customer service delivery with the overall aim of strengthening existing relationships between brands and their consumers. I am Iremufe Kofurola. And in case you've not subscribed to our channel across all our social media platforms on Facebook, X, Instagram, and on YouTube, this is an opportunity for you to do that right away. Just click on the subscription button and that is free. On this edition of the program, we would be exploring the world of artificial intelligence and brand promotion. Let us dive into how brands can optimize AI and technology for brand promotion. And as you all know, in today's age, artificial intelligence has become a tool that many brands use for data analysis, automating tasks, improve customer service, and generate service content. However, there are avoidable gaps that can limit brand promotion despite reliance on AI. Today's discussion will be insightful because my guest is passionate about AI and technology. Join me as I welcome on board Mr. Olanite Abidemi, the visionary founder of Olanite, a passionate advocate for innovation and artificial intelligence (AI) in Nigeria. He leads conversations that connect technology, creativity, and community development, inspiring a new generation of thinkers. Welcome on board.
Thank you very much for having me.
So good to see you. And to begin with, I know you are very passionate about AI, about technology, and bringing this trying to connect different gaps that exist between man and technology in that sense. So let us begin with by asking that what drives your passion towards artificial intelligence and that creative idea for you to found Olanite.
Thank you very much. That's a very long time ago question. That's the answers I've translated over the time. So I had a foundation in electrical electronics engineering, then I had a master's in information technology from prestigious University of Lagos, and I've had years of experience in information technology at large. And as a researcher, per my level of postgraduate studies, I noticed that there's a need for dynamism, and information technology itself kind of gravitate around data. And as at the time COVID came up, the need for data become very popular because almost everybody had to go online. So you technically can't see your person you're talking to physically. So you have to make sure every gesture you can see, you'll be able to draw data and all of that. So that kind of created a niche that I was able to migrate from generic information technology, then move into specific data and AI-driven capacity. And with the advent of AI now coming and becoming popular, things went rooftop, and that has been it. So I would say in summary, the ability of remoteness, the popularity of the buzzword remote capacity, that's exactly what for that.
Interesting, because I just wanted to know, because I know that when it comes to AI technology, you have much passion for that. Sure. Now, artificial intelligence has come to stay, whether we like it or not. But the truth is, because we are trying to explore how AI and technology can be optimized by brands for promotion, but there are still misconceptions that people have about concerning AI in today's world. So let us look at some of the misconceptions of AI in the business world.
Thank you very much. So when you look at artificial intelligence, it's so painful that people that don't even know much about AI are the ones really carrying the gospel of what AI can do and what AI cannot do. So it's been a throw around the word now, whereby people go about and pass on the first misconception, which is AI will take your job. And everybody just go rooftop like, wow, AI is coming from somewhere. One day you're just going to wake up, you get to the office and you see AI sitting on your chair and say, I'm now the new employee of this organization. It doesn't work that way. So I'm here to share light on that, look, it's not AI that will take your job. It's the people using AI that will take your job. I wish I can speak to the entire world to convince them
Because
of
that is really deep. It is not AI that will take your job, but it is people using AI that will take your job. Interesting.
So, as it is, most people are talking about AI, forgetting about the fact that behind every AI, there's something we call NI. That is natural intelligence, which is more like human being. Because human beings are the one that really sit there, put up codes together, and able to come up with whatsoever models, as we call it in artificial intelligence, that will go out there to substitute an employee, or that is going to make a brand more attractive to a consumer relative to another brand. So how does this work? This popular opinion that AI is coming, is going to take job and all of that, people need to realize that if you want to be immune from that general assumption that is flying around, all you need to do is start migrating whatever you're doing now that is not encompassing AI. Start adding AI to it, so that when that drift, as we started seeing it, is now becoming so popular, you are not affected. And I'm directing this to brand owners, because if you look at our immediate environment, which is Nigeria, there are so much brands that things are still done conventionally, not realizing that a lot has changed, not knowing that it's high time they actually put AI and supporting technology like data and all into what they do, so that they can reach more clients, so that they can understand more clients, so that they can gather more feedback from their product performance. And at this point, I think I would suggest, or I would recommend affirmatively, that that popularity of AI will take your job should be translated into a general awareness of the please, to avoid any disaster that AI is coming by taking your job, make sure you start infusing AI into what you do. That's one popularity. Then the second popularity or second assumption that people also throw around is AI is perfect, or AI can do anything. I must tell you that the AI we have now, we call it general intelligence, while we are still working towards a better AGI, which it's going to behave like normal human in machine.
Wow.
We are not there yet. But the AI we have here, as smart as it looks, it relies directly on data. And once that data is not perfected, the AI kind of misbehave, does not deliver value as expected, and become not totally dependable. So as you are even adopting AI into whatsoever you do, that general perspective around AI, that general assumption, that general buzzword that people go, still applies to you. Even though you know, okay, I have a clear idea of it, you still have to watch out for the threat that AI is bringing on board. That, oh, at this point, my product must not fully rely on AI, but must rely on guided AI. And all of this summarize those two buzzwords as I've said. AI is not going to take your job, it's not going to take your business. It's we that are using AI and that will take your job. It's a competitor that is using AI in his production, in his consumer reach out, that is going to take your consumer from you. Thank you.
Interesting. That is really insightful, because I mean, when it comes to technology, sometimes people find it hard to adopt it. They find it hard to adopt and also adapt. There's a difference with you adopting it, and there's also a difference with adapting to it, because it is when you adapt to the changes, that's when you can adopt the use of it.
Sure.
And most times people are always scared. Like I've even seen some pieces of information. Sometimes people are like, if you're not careful, AI rather will take your job and all of those things. But I love the fact that you have explained that, and people now can be at rest and to know that yes, AI is just even human invention. You made mention of natural intelligence earlier.
Yes.
Yes, and it came as a result of humans trying to make everything better and
Sure.
make even work, the business environment, make it more flexible, and it can even reach out to more customers. Yeah, I'm just trying to like buttress more on your points on what you said. And
Sure.
since we are looking at brand promotion, and we know that it's very crucial. Every brand wants to be seen. Every brand wants to be heard. Every brand wants to be recognized and recommended. Now, looking at one of the gaps that we have in today's world, customer service is very crucial. And if I'm getting a service or a product from you, I want to have a very beautiful experience for me to come back and say, okay, you know one thing, because of the last experience I had, let me recommend you, or you get to be seen. But now let us look at how AI can help to create better customer service, because we know it is very crucial. Now we know that AI cannot take the job. Yes,
Sure.
we still have our jobs. That is good to know. But how can we then use it to create better customer service?
Thank you very much. So, when it comes to customer service, I will take that explanation from what we currently do with our AI. For those that have not started using AI anyways. An average customer is supposed to be monitored, because at the point where you render your service or you sell your product to that customer, some customer behavioral exhibition are displayed.
Mm.
On a basic level, the first one you can think of is that the customer like the product or does not like the product?
Exactly.
You could have another level of classification whereby is it that the customer is indifferent. So we have 3 steps. I like it, I'm indifferent, I'm not even sure if I like it or not, or I don't like it.
Mm.
So if you apply what I mentioned earlier, natural intelligence, to that scope, it means if you are the customer feedback expert and you continue to monitor the customer, it means the more the customer, the more the headache. Because if Mr. A likes your product and Mr. B does not like it, so you have to talk to Mr. A, why don't you like this product? Or we have to talk to him, why do you like this product? So that we pick information from who likes and apply to Mr. C. So the more the people, the more the headache of rendering a better customer service. Then what would a typical brand organization do? They want to engage more customer relation officer so that they can take care of their customer base. Business has grown so big now that we have organizations that have customers in hundreds or thousands of them and what have you. It means you need internal staffs too that have to reciprocate to that geometric growth. What happens? It becomes something that is not sustainable, because you can't keep because your customer base is growing and you keep recruiting and all of that. The number of customers you have will definitely outpace that, and there will be inefficiency in between, because your staff, they are human, they can get tired. The customer call you now and say, look, I don't like this. You explain and convince the customer. He calls again, I don't like that. How long can you go? But as we that are natural intelligence carrier, we are limited in what we can do. In fact, one thing I want to explain is that our brains are like the mirror that they use to design artificial intelligence. Our brains contain neurons. I'm just trying to go a bit technical now. Our brain contains neurons, but they are biological. Why AI run on CPUs, GPUs, NPUs, which are strong computers that have something like microchips that also contain like cells of the brain called neurons. But the difference between human beings is that you can't use the entire neurons in your brain. You can't fire, it's like light bulbs, you can't put on the entire switch. But in GPUs and NPUs that powers artificial intelligence, you can prepare and charge as many neurons as possible. Meaning a typical artificial intelligence tool can do what human beings cannot do at a go, even though they have the same billions of neurons there. Exactly. So while hundreds of customer representatives or customer managers of a particular company cannot pick calls of 10 million consumers, if AI is deployed to fill that gap, they can pick the call. Just one standard machine can attend to 10 million customers and analyze or probably classify the consumers, the feedback you need towards having a good customer service, and classify it based on good, not good, and very bad. So that at every point in time, you can do some what we call sentiment analysis to say, why is it that this group of people find this service not good? Why is it that these ones find this service very good? So that at the end of the day, you can have a balance and you can project and predict towards what can you do to make a better customer service. Because now you have an information that, or you have ton of information that will prevent your customer from churning to competitors. because they've been trying to communicate and the information is not reaching the stakeholders or decision makers. But with the advent of AI, you don't even need to look through the data one after the other. All you need to do is wait at the endpoint, then deductions and automated decision making can be suggested. That, oh, at this point in time, this our product. We have over 10 million people that are complaining about it. And what exactly they are complaining about can be identified in the tons of data based on whatsoever the AI and the machine learning tools can just wriggle down the data and pick out specific, then pointing the decision makers, the operations in the right direction on what to improve. And that will now help to improve maximum customer service rendering across band. Hence, advice, if you are in the decision tree, what will you do? You go with the option of something that make life easy, is sustainable, is cheaper, and all of that, and can always deliver very good customer service. Thank you.
Wow, that's a whole lot. I mean, you've really taken time to tutor us on this, explaining the fact that AI can really help with better customer service, and considering the fact that it's quite faster to analyze data with AI, unlike natural intelligence. It's not as if we can't use natural intelligence, but AI is faster. And considering the fact that, like you explained, for someone who might not even know how AI was set up or how it was created, they get to understand that it's just like a mimic of the human brain, just like a creation of it, but not necessarily the human brain now. And it makes everything, even life, easier. And you said something that was striking earlier in your explanation, that AI itself is not perfect. Like, that is one of the misconceptions that people might have, that, oh, it's AI. As long as it's AI, it is perfect and all. So now I want to ask this question now, because we know that we live in an age of AI and other technology, and there are different models people can use to create safer and better business environments for themselves. So let's look at some of the tools that brands can use for brand promotion. You've talked about AI now. What tools can they use? What other tools can they use? Brands are interested in promoting whatever they do. With the aid of technology now, what tools can they use to promote brand?
Thank you very much. So, as it is now, when it comes to brand promotion and technology, the first advice I'll give to brand owners and all of that is look out for tools that are affordable. Because one of the key challenges when it comes to technology adoption is costs. Because on the average, if you look at exchange rates and all of that, hardwares are very expensive. After hardware being expensive, technical knowledge is also very expensive, because employing a software engineer now runs into hundreds of thousands of dollars or pounds, depending on the capacity you're looking at. Even in local currency, we're talking of millions of naira and what have you. And keeping that talent is very difficult, because there is a very big shortage of technical skill know-how. Do you understand? So, as it is, before you adopt technology or AI, first look at, is this sustainable in the long run? Because if you start it now and you can't sustain it, what happens to the awareness you have created? That is one. Then, if you get that right, I recommend subscribing to technologies that are hosted on the cloud. There are some things that you don't need to physically buy and bring to your organization. You can just subscribe and pay utilities. We call them software as services, whereby all you need to do is, okay, organization ABC, I want this service. It's hosted in Microsoft, is hosted in Google's cloud environment, is hosted in AWS and what have you. And I want you to do these specific things for me, and this is what I'm paying per month. Do you understand? So such tools, as I mentioned, there are a host of them, depending on what you want them for, what you want to do with them. There are a host of them by Google, there are a host of them by AWS, and there are a host of them, as I've said, by some other smaller startup companies. But the key thing is something that is already modularized and you can pay per use. That is on one side. Then secondly, streamlining technology to AI. almost everything you want to do now that are technological driven, they are infusing AI into them. Let me give an example. There's a product called SEMrush. SEMrush is a brand awareness and brand performance simple URL website, www.semrush.something or .com. Then once you go there, all you need to do is just, if you have a website, just paste your website there, and it will give you a detailed analysis of how well your website is known. Not even built. How well your website is known. How many people have visited it? What are people saying about it? How did they get there?
Wow.
Which before the advent of AI, you have to manually do something we call search engine optimization, track, and all of that. But now with AI, it's doing the work of like 4 or 5 people at once. Just paste the URL. I'll give you everything you need to know. That's one. Then another one, some are even free. Something as simple as ChatGPT can do a lot of brand promotion. Let me give an example. There was a content I was trying to push and all of that. I was like, okay, which of these hashtags can I plug this to? I just asked ChatGPT, I want this thing to go popular. Give me top 10 hashtags that I can give. And lo and behold, I have all of that listed and I was able to paste it. And for the program, we have the expected number of participants and we're fine, which I would have paid somebody to do for me. And because I have a good AI knowledge, I could do all of that. And plenty of that, ranging from package design to quality checks, customer reviews, how many star ratings are we getting and all of that. So I would say that all these tools, think of the ones that are remotely hosted, subscribe to it, pay your basic subscription, and locally we also have some other ones that we are developing within our local environment that understand our immediate data, which we'll also share more on subsequent episode. And from there, you'll be fine and your brand can be where you want it to be and you get the best of customer feedback. Thank you.
Wow. All I can just say is wow, because I'm just
so much of it.
I just have to pay rapt attention to that and let it sink in, because when it comes to technology, people want to use technology and at the same time they are kind of scared, because when there is no proper orientation on these things, people do not really know how best they can use it. And I would just want to ask by the side, is sustaining AI, let me use it that way, is it expensive? Because you mentioned some of these tools now, you have to subscribe to this, subscribe to that, and people are like, maybe I'm just starting out. How much do I have to maybe if I pay someone and it's even cheaper. So is it really expensive and how sustainable?
Okay, the answer to that is yes and no.
Okay.
Yes, in the sense that the competition in the AI space is growing very fast. Initially, it started very expensive, where we have AI models that run into thousands of dollars. But because more people are coming into that space, countries, China, US and all of that are coming up with different startups and funding AI research. So it's bringing down the price. So the answer is no, because now we have some free AIs that even the free package can do what a competitor's paid package will do. Meaning, if you ask me to use a particular package X and I'm meant to pay £100 or $100 per month, I could have a package Y that's giving me the same value as compared to package Y or package X. Do you understand? So I see that continuing, because I see some even canceling total subscription that, look, you don't even need to pay. This is available for you. But the knowledge gap is what is missing. So what I would say is AI is becoming cheaper. Adopt it. Then when you adopt it, just pay for what you want to consume. Don't behave like typical Nigerians. I'll put myself in that culture where we just want to buy phones and any other gadgets for ostentatious purpose, show off. And eventually, throughout the life cycle of that gadget, you will not even use 20% of the value you pay for that gadget. It's a common practice. So in the AI space too, they will charge you heavily if you subscribe for something that you will not use. But if you subscribe for something small, you can scale up and you can use or start with free AI tools. There are thousands of them out there. And gradually, juxtapose their efficiency, then decide to subscribe or upgrade your plan when the need to scale up comes on board. Is that answer?
Yes,
thank you
definitely.
very much.
Thank you. Now let's look at the obvious gaps that AI can help to bridge between brands and their customers. You made mention of the fact that AI can help with customer service, but what other obvious gaps can AI help to bridge the gap between brands and their customers?
Thank you. So AI is evolving, as I've said, but as at this moment, AI has a lot to offer. One, you call a customer yours because you still have business ongoing. E.g., the person still wake up in the morning and go for your brand. As soon as that person stop patronizing you and churn to another brand, automatically is no more your customer. So you need to work extra hard to probably reconvince that customer to become yours.
Yes.
You see, that is every business owner's or every brand's fear. The fear of you wake up today, 1,000 units of this that we expect to be sold remain in the warehouse and nobody has paid for them all because our customer has just vanished into competitors' space. Do you understand? AI is like a watch tool that can act as a prompt in that ramification to manage that fear, to call your attention to what you not notice before it's too late. So you can deploy what we call agentic AI into that space that look out for trends based on how your consumers are behaving. So there is always a data, or there are always data that consumers radiate, even unknowingly. Some of them are not even words of mouth. The job is gesture. I'm not a core psychologist, but with the little knowledge and with the little elective psychological course I've taken, if you see something you like, body language reflects that this person likes this thing.
Exactly.
I think we all agree to that. And if you see something you don't like, body language also gets exhibited that, oh, this person does not like this thing. That's why when you work with them, like, but it's fine now. They are trying to do further ways, you're looking for further ways to convince the person to buy it. It's fine, I like the color. Don't you like white? Oh, then you see the person just raise one eye, but I'm not a green guy. Do you have the yellow? Those are sentiment analysis that AI can look out for and continue to monitor, then funnel the observation to the appropriate authority. Something as simple as color variation can cause a customer to churn and go for an alternative. And these are called variable in data, which humans cannot track them in their entirety, but machine learning AI can track them and continue to communicate it to the appropriate authority. So really, that gap of knowing when your customer is showing the tendency to churn, that's their keyword. Do you get? As a brand personnel or brand practitioner and all of that, to churn is going to be on a total watch list by AI. So everybody needs to monitor that, irrespective of the size of the business, the products you are bringing to the table, and all of that. So that is my advice. Why you need to infuse your AI in that.
Interesting one out there. And I'm quite sure viewers are getting to learn one or two things on this edition, because I mean, talking about AI, the world has gone AI, let's put it that way. But the show is getting more interesting. We have to go on a quick break right now. Stay tuned, go nowhere.
Hey there, do you know in the world today, everyone is a consumer, and as consumers, we all have the right to be heard.
In Nigeria today, as a consumer, you have all right to product information, right to fair pricing, right to return goods, right to product labeling, right to fair dealings, and a lot more.
Well then, have you heard about the new media channel?
ConsumerHalla TV.
ConsumerHalla TV.
ConsumerHalla TV.
At ConsumerHalla TV, our goal is to inform and educate consumers in Nigeria with insightful news alongside development within the fast-paced world of consumers through well-researched, specialized, and analytical content.
Our vision at ConsumerHalla TV is to create an engaging platform that provides right connections for meaningful brands in Nigeria, thus creating a more caring world for consumers where business thrive.
And guess what? Our ConsumerHalla brand is the first consumer complaint resolution portal in Nigeria, powered by a 72-hour feedback mechanism. We offer consumer advocacy, informative talk shows, branding promotions, advertising, and lots more. Connect with us via our YouTube channel at ConsumerHalla TV. Follow us on our Facebook page, ConsumerHalla TV, our Instagram page, ConsumerHalla TV, and do well to subscribe to our YouTube channel. Subscription is free. ConsumerHalla TV. At ConsumerHalla TV, you deserve to be heard.
At ConsumerHalla TV, you deserve to be heard.
Welcome back, and thank you for staying tuned on the show. In case you are just joining us, you are watching Mind the Gap, and my guest, Mr. Olanite Abidemi, the visionary founder of Olanite, is still with us exploring how brands can optimize AI and technology for brand promotion. And it has been an insightful edition today, and we have been learning so much about AI. Now, let's look at the fact that artificial intelligence can help generate and analyze data, because you've mentioned that in the course of the conversation. Now, how can this help brands with their promotion?
Okay, thank you very much again. So when it comes to consumers and brand relationship, everything boils down to the data. Both parties are generating data. And there's a very big connection, because if your consumer behaves somehow, you have to reciprocate by coming up with necessary data, so that if it's a positive behavior, you want the behavior to continue. E.g., you roll out 1 million units and it's bought in less than the number of days you expected it. That means you have to do something so that you put 2 million out there, you put 2 million out there, and they also buy it as quick as possible. And if it's a negative one, you have to go back to the drawing board and make sure, why is it that this 1 million has not gone? Let's do something so that it can go fast. And all of these are termed data. There are things that are data driven. And when it comes to data, to be a bit technical, there's something we call metadata, which is like overall description of the entire data, things that matter in that data. Let me give a simple description of metadata. If you say Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, those are metadata of specific days. Irrespective of the dates, that day or that date cannot fall outside Monday to Sunday. So whatever you are saying, if you say 1980, 1960, 20th century, is it that date, a Monday, a Tuesday, or what have you?
It can't fall outside.
So that's a metadata for the entire calendar that we have at the moment. So in as much as you have that understanding, you will always use it, because it's the core understanding of data to determine how your consumer will behave and respond to any product or any brand you put out there. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you very much for that. And it is safe to say that it's AI analyzes the information or data you give to it, because I mean, like you said, AI is not perfect. So it now depends on the kind of information that you give to it that it will eventually analyze. If I'm correct.
Very correct.
So because sometimes now people depend automatically on AI. We live in an age whereby everything, the reliance on AI is so high that people also tend to forget that it all depends on their creativity as well, on their natural intelligence. It's whatever you want AI to give you, that is what you eventually get from it. Though you might make errors, but are there chances that probably, for instance, let's just look at it this way. In the course of you trying to apply AI and you made error, are there ways AI can, like you said, it can detect the error, and are there possible chances that the errors can be corrected?
Okay, thank you. So what I would say that is, as I've said earlier, there are so many assumptions about AI, and there are so many buzzwords. AI can do this and AI can do that. AI is as smart as the data that is trained on. If I tell AI that January 1st is a Sunday, and by calendar, January 1st is the Monday. AI will continue, okay, to preach the wrong results to people. So there's something we call data quality and data integrity. So the job of the developer of the AI is to make sure the data is so reliable before they use to train an AI model. Otherwise, it's going to continue to garbage out. But in the context of AI now, because of its technology capacity, it tends to try its best to give you as close as possible to a perfect answer. Hence, sometimes, even what it doesn't know, it starts to hallucinate because the data underneath is not perfect. And another weakness with AI again is AI can be biased. AI can be very biased because human natural intelligence, as I've told you, are the ones feeding the data to AI. And human by default, we are biased because we are subjective. How I see A is different from how B will see A. Do you understand? I will carry that mentality into what to conclude about that data that will feed into AI. So an AI carry that characteristics and wait for whosoever wants to use it and what have you. So my advice is these gaps are very avoidable because they are very affordable, because in the sense that to avoid this gap, you have to be sure that the AI tool you are adopting, you know the source, you know the integrity level, and you know the data set on which it is trained. Are you with me?
Yes.
Because if you just pick any AI tool and you don't know the data on which it's trained, it will hallucinate and it will give you the results that you don't desire. And if you base your business model on that, it could lead to disaster. And it will be a fast disaster because AI is very fast. But because of the evolution of AI, there's something we call retrieval augmented generation now, whereby AI's weakness is now solvable by, okay, I'm not sure of this thing. Instead of me saying what I'm not sure of, can I go and look up this thing? By default, most AI models will have what we call cutoff dates. So if you train an AI model now that the job is to do X, Y, Z, is as intelligent as possible to the information as at the time you stop training it. You get? If you say, AI, what happened last year? If the knowledge ended in 2023, it cannot give information of what happened in 2024. And AI will not say, I don't know. Every time you put ChatGPT, you say, oh, you're almost correct. You're always almost correct, even though you are writing rubbish. And AI will now fabricate and come up with things that are close as possible that will make you feel, let me keep prompting this guy, is on the right track. That is the hallucination part. But with something like RAG, all you now need to do that, if you want to deploy this in your organization, you have to plug in such technology or associated technology so that AI, if you don't know, don't tell me you know, go and collect my immediate consumer data so that you can give me a perfect analysis. AI, how many people will buy chicken this December? Don't just say, by estimate of last year, this is total number of chicken bought. I know, but I'm talking of this. You can't know because it's still in the future. Don't tell me, I've done the calculation, it's going to be 10 million. Then I now import trucks of chicken. At the end of the day, nobody's going to buy. Go and wait for what are the pre-orders, so that when I'm bringing in the chicken, it is based on the pre-order that we currently have, which that may even be from my email address. Hence, agentic AI. Moving from normal AI to agentic AI, whose purpose is to do specific purpose and bring some level of intelligence into the generic AI.
Thank you very much. I mean,
very much.
I wish we could go on and, talking more about AI and brand promotion, but all I can just say is the future is AI, and for brand promotion, you just have to, be so smart enough to know how best you can optimize AI and technology. Thank you very much for coming on the show today, and I'm quite sure we'll still have more episodes on this, and still talking about AI and brand promotion. All right, that is all we can expound on Mind the Gap today, and I'm quite sure you've learned one or two things about AI. And as a brand, this is an opportunity for you to think deeply on how best you can optimize AI for your brand promotion. Please kindly follow us on all our social media platforms: Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, and at ConsumerHalla TV. Until I grace your screen next edition, I am Iremofe Koforola. Goodbye.